साधु साधु साधु। नमो तस् भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्स। नमो तस् भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्स। नमो तस् भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्स। Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, yesterday evening, I did this sutta in Hindi, and I'm going to repeat it in English today. This sutta is about suffering. Okay? Okay, the core teaching of that. So, how to understand the suffering this sutta is about. Sutta name is called Acelakassapa Sutra. Acelakassapa Sutra. This is from the Sayukta Nikaya, the Connected Discourses, second book, and 17th number sutra. Okay, so this sutra starts like this. Evang me sutang, thus I have heard, the Blessed One was dwelling at Rajagaha, Veluvana, the Squirrel's Sanctuary Park. Okay, the Squirrel Sanctuary, Bomb Grove. That time, Atakho Bhagava Pubbhanna Samayang Nivasitva Pattachivara Madaya Rajagahang Pindaya Pavisi. Oh, so early in the morning, the Blessed One took his arms bowl, robe on his shoulder, and then he started to walk toward Rajagaha, the city where the Blessed One was. Usually, whenever we say the Blessed One was dwelling in this city, it's not in the center of city. Earlier time, what happens that this monasteries as built outside of city. Little bit of like our Markham. It is not in prime city, but it is very easily connected to the city in that same way. So the Blessed One was dwelling, and that time Supreme Buddha took alms bowl and robe and he went toward Rajagaha. Adastako achero kassapo bhagavantan duratova agachantan. That time, naked ascetic Kashyapa, okay, the Achelaka, there were several different kind of practitioners in India in the Buddha's time. So some were naked, not entirely naked, but wearing just only small things. Out there was a naked also, like a Niganthanatha Putta. So he's a one-off teacher. They were completely naked ascetics. Some were having very long hair, like dreadlock hair, and that way they are just using those things. Some were using different kind of the ropes is made from the different things, something like this. So this ascetic was a naked one, maybe not complete naked one, but he was a naked one, so wanderer in a way. His name was a Kashyapa. So he saw that Blessed One is walking toward this city. So saw that Buddha is coming this way. Looking after, he went to the Buddha, exchanged greetings with him. Okay. Upasankamitva Bhagavantam Sadding Sammoding. He's not a disciple of Buddha. So he did not worship him. He did not worship him. He shared the greetings, he just exchanged the greetings that, how are you, Gautama? How are you doing? Is everything is comfortable? Not? Where are you coming from? Where are you going? In this way, the simple gesture of that everything is good. Are you living in comfort? Such a questions that this person asked. After asking, he's standard because Buddha was going 4 arms round. So whenever when we go somewhere and we ask someone, smile someone, so they stop whatever they're doing and they just exchange with us, a couple of words. So Buddha was doing the same thing. Then this Acelakassapa, this wanderer, this Kassapa, the naked, he asked, he said, Pucheyam mayang bhavantang gotamang kanchideva desang sacheno bhavan gotamo okasang karoti panyasa veya karanati. I would like to ask the worldly Gotama, about certain points. Like I want to ask the one question. It will be very good if the Blessed One give me the little time to answer this. He didn't say the Blessed One, the Gautama in that time, the worthy Gautama, the Bho Gautama, it means Bhavantang Gautama, it means the worthy Gautama. He was not disciple, that's why he did not show that kind of courtesy. So he just asked, Bante, I want to, Gautama, I want to ask the question, and please answer me. If you have time, please give me the answer. That time, where the Buddha was going? He was going for alms round. So, as we have learned previously, when someone is in traveling of alms round, Buddha answers, no, this is not a suitable time. Buddha says, Akaloko tav kassapa panyasa antaragharang pavittamati. Kashyapa, this is not a proper time. It is not a good time to discuss upon Dhamma. Okay, that we have entered into the where the city starts. So we have entered in the city that moment. No, antargharang means in between the houses. So antargharang in that there, we are there. If we discuss in that place, it will be look outside, something different. Oh, this teaching is happening something different way, and it is not a suitable time because arms around. Blessed One denied him that, but he come with a very strong mind. Okay, I will ask definitely the question. Second time also he said same thing. Bhante, Gautama, Bhagavad Gautama, the worthy Gautama, please, I want to ask a certain questions. It will be very good if you give me the answer of it. I want to ask some certain points. Second time also Buddha denied. Then third time he asked the question, Bhante, please answer me certain questions. I want to discuss some points with you. It would be very good. And if you answer this, Buddha denied that also. But this Acelakassapa, he made his mind. Whatever happened today, I'm gonna take the answer from him. I have caught him outside of people. Separately, I'm going to talk with him. It happened, like we learned that Bahiya Daruchiri, he also come to that monastery and saw Buddha is not there. Asked from Bhantes where the Buddha is. Buddha went for the alms round and he went there immediately. Buddha denied him also a couple of times. And then what the Bahiya Daruchiri say? Bhante, there is no certainty of your life. There is no certainty of my life. And that time the Buddha saw, yes, his life is very short, I cannot deny. And then Buddha delivered him Dhamma talk. Same way he also did. What he did? Bhante, Nakho mayang bhavantang gotamang bahudeva puchitu kama. Bhante, I do not want to ask a lot of things. I don't want to ask much. It's very small question. One question I will ask. Not much, not many questions. Because he also understand that this is arms round time. If I engage the Buddha here, next time someone will ask will be difficult, but he was determined that I am going to ask the question. Then Buddha saw, okay, one question, okay, I will answer it. So, Puchcha Kassapa yada kankasiti. Okay, ask what you wish, Kashyapa, ask. Then he got the permission. And then the beautiful conversation happens between the Buddha and this Achelak, the naked ascetic Kassapa. And this is beautiful sutta. He asked from Blessed One, what he asked? Kingnukho bho Gotama sayam katang dukkhanti. Worthy Gotama, I want to ask, is suffering made by oneself? Is suffering made by ourselves? That we are the one who is creating the suffering. Usually, we said this question. Like we learn from the Viman Pretavattu, in that time when someone is suffering, go to the hell, in the what it called Devdut Sutra and the Yama Sutra. We have discussed that whenever someone goes to the hell, before goes there is a kind of little bit of judgment of that you have done something good or not. And the Yama asked, his servants asked, okay, did you do these wrong things? He said, yes, I did. So this is not done by anyone else. This is done by you. You have to suffer it. You have to face the consequences of it. So in that time we learn this is. But here it is a completely different questions he is asking about. So he said, Bhante, my worthy Gautama, Master Gautama, is suffering made by oneself. This suffering that we have created. Buddha replied to him, Maheva Kassapati Bhagava Vocha. Not so, Kashyapa. It is not something like this that we have created something. I am intentionally making it. It is not there that. Intentionally is not happening. That this suffering is made by ourselves. It's not the way. Then he asked another question. He wanted to ask the one question, but Buddha said, no, it is not the way that the question is asked. This question, what you ask, in that way, suffering is not made by ourselves, not oneself. He asked second question, Kingpanabhogotama parankatang dukkhanti. Is this suffering made by someone else, another person? That he has created a suffering and I am suffering for it. Because of them, I'm suffering. Something like this. Someone made me suffer, something like that we creates. Or this suffering is made by. It is not. Buddha says not so. Not so. It is not made by someone else also. Then he asks, Kingnuko bho Gautama sayankatangcha parankatangcha dukhanti. The worldly master Gautama, is suffering made by both oneself and another also. That the suffering exists. And we all know, we learn that there are four noble truths, and the first noble truth is existence of suffering. He is asking the same question. Is this suffering made by this? Buddha did not say. Not so, Kashyapa. It is not made by oneself or someone else. Then he was a little bit worried. He wanted to ask what is the suffering and how someone is this suffering someone built for us? Is there any what it call illusion is happening that oh someone is there who is making us as a puppet? He is creating all the obstacles and that we are suffering. And Buddha says not so. It is not something like that also. Then he asked another question. Kingpanabo Gotama asayankarang aparankarang adicca sampunnang dukkhanti. Then does this suffering arise enormously? Means not by made by anyone, spontaneously has come. Like a divine power way that the suffering has given. Oh, you are allotted with this suffering. Okay, this much will be, you will suffer, something like that. Is that happened to the suffering? Buddha says, Maheva Kassapati. Buddha says, no, not so, Kashyapa, not so, not that way also. It is not spontaneously, automatically appear in this world. It is not happened. Then he asked the question. Now he is little bit worried because he asked, is suffering made by oneself? The Buddha says not. He asked, someone else made it? So Buddha said, no, not so. Then it is made by ours and others also? Buddha says, no, not so. Then it is spontaneously someone else made it, means like a divinely it has come? Buddha said, not so. He asked them question, Kinyukho bho Gotama natti dukkhanti. If the suffering is not made by anyone else, this suffering is not made by oneself, not by another, then he asks, is there no such a thing as a suffering? Means it is not made by ourselves, not by someone else, not by both, and not automatically, spontaneously come, then there is no suffering? Like sometimes it is has like a young kid who doesn't want to go to the school and he learns the tricks sometime. What he does? Mommy, I have tummy ache, I cannot go to the school. So there is no that suffering, but he made the excuse. So he's also like something asking like that. Is there no such a thing as a suffering? Buddha says, no ko kassapa natti dukkha. There is not, it's not that there is no such a thing as a suffering. Atti ko kassapa dukkhanti. Yes, the suffering exists. Suffering exist. Then he asked, Kashyapa asked from the Buddha, Tena hi bhavan Gotamo dukkhang na janati na passatiti. Then does the worthy master Gautama not know or see the suffering? It is a normal question. Huh? It is that like if we go for to someone some place and then we ask the question, okay, is there this place exist? And say, "Oh, yes or no, or do you know the path? Yes or no, nothing, nothing like something like that. So you don't know the path? No. Like a sky? If someone asks, is there is a sky, is made by someone else? No. It is automatically come. It is also not automatically come. Is there a way to go to the sky? There is no, we cannot direct it. Okay, you take the stairs and then you walk there, you take the elevator, something. Not, no. But then he asks, is there sky exist or not? The sky exists. Then ask the question, do you know the sky? Do you see this? Yes, Buddha says, yes, I know the question. So the Buddha replied, I do not see that there is no suffering. I do not see or see. Janami kwa Kassapa. Yes, Kassapa. I do know suffering. I know the suffering. Passami kwa Kassapa dukkhante. I do see the suffering also. It is not made by someone, nothing, nothing like that. But the suffering exists, and that is mentioned by Buddha. He got a little bit questioned. So he asks directly from the Buddha. What he says? For Gautama, Sayam Katang Dukkham Titi Putto Samano Maheva Kassapavadamiti. When I ask the question, the worthy Gautama, when I ask this question, you say, not so. What? That is it this suffering made by yourself or ourselves? You say, no. If when I asked, is suffering made by someone else? The worthy Gautama replied, not so. If the suffering is made by someone, not by ourselves, not by others, not by automatically came, then I asked, is this suffering exist or not? He replied, not that so. Suffering exists. Suffering exists. Then I asked, you don't know the suffering. And you reply, yes, I know the suffering. I see this suffering. Then Buddha says, okay, Kashyapa, dukkhanti vadesi. Kashyapa, janami kwaham Kashyapa dukkham, passami kwaham Kashyapa, dukkham tivadesi. Kashyapa, I do see the suffering. I do know the suffering. I do see the suffering. Then he asks, okay, Bhante, please let me know what you are. Achikhatu cha me Bhante Bhagavan Dukkham. Bhante, please, Blessed One, explain this suffering to me. This is the first time he used the word called Bhante, the Blessed One. Until now, he was calling him as a Bho Gautama or Bhavant Gautama, like a worthy Gautama. Now we understand, okay, suffering is something, it cannot be substantially shown. Like, that's why it is very hard for us to understand. Like we say, the birth is suffering, but we are most happy if someone born in the world. We usually say because of this life that we suffer a lot, but the small glimpse make us happy, make us worthy of him, that we feel that life happiness. No? And how can we say? So he asked Bhante, please let me know the suffering. Buddha says, they say to Chame Bhante Bhagwan, Bhante, please deliver the teaching. Blessed One, teach me about the suffering. Buddha replied. Now, up to these things, the question was asked. Now the Buddha says, So karoti so pativedaiti ko Kassapa adito sato sayankatang dukkhanti iti vadang satatang sassatang etang pareti. Suppose that he would say that deed and he who experienced the result are the one and the same, like who do the karma? Means I have created the karma and I am the one who is suffering. You understand? Yes. Means I made it and I am the one who is suffering. If I say something like that, then for one who has existed since the beginning. Like this one, this suffering who is existing from the early, like in the Anamatagga Sanyutta, Buddha says, Anamataggoya bhikkave sansarana pubbha koti panyayati. This suffering, this sansara, this phenomena has started for us. The pinpoint that this is the point we have started to placing that certain point, it is impossible. So Buddha says, if someone say that this is the one who made the suffering and suffering also himself, then the person who is existed from the beginning, suffering is made by himself. If I say that, then the speaking like this, one implies the eternal life. Means sassata. There is eternal life. There is no ending of it. There is no ending. Like because I made the suffering and I am suffering. But I made the suffering that I am existing from the beginning. It means from that moment, I am still making and suffering. So the continuous long-term existence is there. And that will be eternal. If I made, so this process cannot never stop. That's why Buddha says, I did not say the suffering is made by ourselves. Then Buddha says, what? Anyo karoti, anyo pativedeti. If I say someone made this karma and someone else is suffering, okay, like I made the karma, I made the suffering created, and someone else is suffering because of it. Like usually we say, in past life, we did the karma. Like usually our conversation goes like this. Last life, we created the karma, and because of that, we are suffering here. But is these two people are the same? That is the question. Or is these two people are different? If the two people are same, it means there is an eternal existence is there. If there is two people are not same, that who did the karma and who is suffering, like last life, I have collected karma, and now this time I am suffering. So is these two people are separate one? If I say, then there is a uchchedavada. Buddha says, Vedana bhitunnasa sato parankatang dukkham ati iti vadang uchchedang etang pareti. Then in speaking like this, one implies this is inhalation. Completely finished one. Like someone who did the karma, he's a separate one. Who is suffering the karma is a different one. Then that person does not exist. If that person doesn't exist, then there is no purpose of, saying that, oh, whatever you do, you have to face the consequences. We cannot say that. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Yes. Means if we say that I am the one who did the karma and I am the one who is suffering, it means there is eternal life. If I say that I am the one who is did the karma, but someone else in the next life or someone else is suffering, then who did this karma, for him, there is no suffering exists. So annihilation is there. Uchchedavada. Buddha avoid this all two parts. Buddha did not say I am saying this. Buddha says, Ete te Kassapa, Ubho ante Kassapa. Avoid these two extreme things. Majjena tathagatena dhammang deseti. And the Blessed One, the realized one, teaching the middle path, middle way. If you hold that and if you hold this to both things separately, there is a one center point. Means who says there is no eternal and there is no annihilation. It's not both. There is a middle one. Buddha explains about that. What the Buddha explained? Avidya pachaya sankhara. Ignorance is required for sanskara choices. Volitional formations, what we call. For that, what need? Ignorance. Due to this ignorance, the choice has been created. Then, Sankhara Pachaya Vijnana. This choice is required. Choice are a requirement for consciousness. Violation formations exist because of it. There is a consciousness is released. Then, because of the consciousness, there is a Nama Rupa. Nama Rupa exists. Because of Nama Rupa, the six sense faculties exist. Because of six sense faculties, there is a touch exist. Six senses is required for touch. Touch is required for feeling. Vedana. Vedana, Pachaya, Tanna. The desire, thirst is required. It is happened because of feelings is there. Tanna. Tanna, Pachaya, Upadana. Upadana is the creator, small bounds it makes. You're going to suffer. Yeah, this is Upadana. It is, the requirement is Tanha, desire is required for that Upadana. Then Buddha says, Tanna Pachaya Upadana Pachaya Bhava. Upadana is requirement for Bhava. Bhava means the next birth, appearance. To be created from there, appear from that Bhava. The existence, the continuous existence term is Bhava. What we are here, molded, changed, consequences of this, something else is created, that is called Bhava. So, Bhava Pachaya Jati, this continuous existence, the Bhava, it is become a requirement for birth. Jati, Jati Pachaya Jara Marana, because the birth is there and are required for Jara Marana, aging and death. This is completely continuously happening. Soka parideva, dukkha domana supayasa sambhavanti. All kind of suffering, pain, lamentation, sorrow exist because of birth, jara, marana. And Buddha says, eva metasa kevalasa dukkha khandasa hoti. This is how the entire mass of suffering originate. So is this made by myself? Is it made by yourself? No. It happens because of ignorance was there. Ignorance was there and conditioned by it happened. Like, we see, the cheese or the curd. Okay. We can take only the milk. We can warm it, we can cool it, we can place in one day. But to ferment it, you need the yeast or something the previously one made, But what we call, I made curd, I made yogurt, I made. But the fermentation happened because of the conditions. Isn't that thing happen? Like Parmesan cheese you want to make, you go, you wash everything, you make that starch separately and then collect this entire pile, then hold it, then tie it in the cotton, then you place in a certain place that 6 to 7 months it going to ferment it inside of that. And then we call I milk, but it was happened because of the conditions was there. Same thing it is here also. Condition is the thing. Ignorance was the condition at the beginning, and this entire mass of suffering has originated. Entire mass of suffering has originated from there. From where? Because of ignorance. It means we are just the tool in that time, like bringing the milk. Milk also we didn't make. Who made it? How? They made the milk. We just take it. We warm it. That's all we did. We put the yogurt. That's all we did. So we are there and we want it. Yes. So this is the process. Buddha says such a way because of ignorance, this entire mass of suffering has created. And avijjayatveva sesa viraga nirodho sankhara nirodha. And now the reverse of it entire. The two extreme points, Buddha says, not there. I am not going to teach that to extreme point. If I say the suffering is there, who you did, and you are the one suffering, then there is a continuous existence. There is eternal life. If just you did and someone else is suffering, that where is you? You have already vanished. So nothing mean. There is no meaning of that. So I did not teach these two things. I made you mention middle path. Because of this happens. Because of this happened. The continue that existence. And that is where the suffering has come to appear. If this one take is you bring it out like avidya yatveva sesa viraga nirodha. When the ignorance fade away, when the ignorance ceases, with that, what happened? The choice also ceases. The sankhara, the violation formation is there because of ignorance. Ignorance is there. Because of that, the violation formation. If the ignorance is not there, then violation formation cannot be exist. So the Buddha says, avidyayate vasesa viraga nirodha sankhara nirodho. Sankhara nirodha vinyan nirodho. When their choice is ceased, when the choice is ceases, consciousness is also ceases. It depends on everything together, depends on each other. So in the same way, the consciousness is ceases, then Nama Rupa is also ceased. Nama Rupa is ceases, then Salayatana, the six sense faculties, is also ceases. When the Salayatana is ceases, then touch is also ceased. When there is touch is ceases, then there is a feeling is also ceases. When the feeling is ceases, what happened? The desire is also ceases. Tanna is also ceases. When the Tanna is ceases, then Upadana, the originating thing, the creating thing is ceases. Upadana is ceases. Then Bhava is also, the continuous basis of birth is also ceased. When the Bhava is ceased, then Jati is ceases. There is no birth. When the Jati is ceased, then Jara, Marana, Soka, Parideva, Dukkha, Domana, Supayasa is also ceased. So there is no suffering there. Because ignorance is the all entire thing. Eva metasya kevalasa dukkha khandasa nirodho hoti. And this is how the entire mass of suffering ceases. What the Buddha, he asked, Bhante, is there a suffering? The Buddha says, yes, there is suffering. Then he said, I think you don't see or understand the suffering. Buddha says, I see and understand also that suffering. He teaches and Buddha says, this is the suffering. This suffering comes because of this, all the conditional things are there. All the conditional things are there. It doesn't happen immediately, it doesn't happen automatically. So that thing we must understand. When this teaching is taught by Buddha, he was totally changed person. Totally changed person. Evam Buddha Acelakassapa Bhagavantang etadabocha abhikantang bhante. Excellent Bhante. Amazing Bhante. Excellent Bhante. Seyatapi Bhante nikujitang va ukujjeya. Bhante, you have taught me the Dhamma like something upside down. You have make it proper way, revealing, overturning it. Something was hidden. You have revealed it, Someone was out of the path. You have bring it him to on the path. Nikujitang va ukujjeya. Patichannang va vivareya. Mulasava maggang achikeya. Andhakareva tela pajjotang dhareya chakkumanto rupani dakkintiti. You have lit the lamp in the darkness where the person who has eyes can see clearly that there is another something which exists. Buddha, the Blessed One, has made the teaching clear in many ways. Aneka pariyayena dhammo pakasito. But you have taught Dhamma in various ways. Now, totally changed, he says, Esahang bante bhagavantang saranang gacchami dhammang cha bhikkhu sanghang cha. I go for refuge to the Buddha, the teaching, and the community of Sangha. Now, other thing, labeyat bante bhagavato santike pabbajjang, labeya upasampadante. Bante, it will be very good If I receive the going forth, if I receive the ordination and the higher ordination in presence of Buddha, in Buddha's dispensation, if I become a monk, please allow me to be a monk. So what we learn, if someone is practicing from the different path, then there is a terms and condition that this person should stay minimum 4 months of period as a training. So Buddha says, Yeto yoko kassapa anyatithya pubbo imasming dhamma vinaya akantati pabbajjang akankati upasampadang so chattaro mase parivasati iti. Buddha says, if someone formally ordained in a different another sect, wishes to take the going forth in ordination in the Buddha's teaching, then they must spend 4 months of probation period. Parivasa, probation period. When this 4 month has passed, if the bhikkhus are satisfied, it means there is a still condition. No? That if you want, but other monks should be agree about your behavior in that moment. So when that happened, they will give you going forward. They will ordain you and they will make you a monk. High ordination also they will provide. So 4 months of probation time and the judgment, is he worthy or not? That is also there. He was transformed. He has seen the suffering. He was naked. He was wandering there to just liberating from the suffering. And Buddha taught him what the suffering and how this suffering can come to existence. Immediately he understands that thing. What he says, Alattako Acelakassapa Bhagavato Santik. He said, Bante, if such a thing is there, I am going to stay there not only for 4 months of probation. I am ready to stay 4 years. I am ready to stay there 4 years. It means Buddha says the 4 months is required, but he said, Bhante, this dispensation is this much beautiful. Now my mind cannot change. If the 4 month is required, I can stay the 4 years also to get it. Usually that patient doesn't see anymore today. Like whoever comes to become a monk, they said, Bante, I left my home. Please make me Bante today. I want to become a monk today. How can this possible? Where is this all the bad thoughts, all everything you have brought? How that will be washed in one day? That's the thing. So he said, no, now my mind cannot change. It is difficult. So he got the ordination within a time period and soon he become a monk. Soon he become a arahant. Soon he become a high ordinated monk. And he went outside separately, alone in the place. Alone in the place with the keen, diligent and resolved. Whatever the person leave home for, what is the goal for the monk? Sabba dukkha nissaran, to extinguish entire suffering. For that purpose, the purpose is completed by him. He went there outside, strive himself diligently, withdrawn from everything. Keen and resolved forces he utilized. And the person who leave the home with the purpose, that purpose he has completed in this life. Brahmacharya pariyosanam. His brahmacharya, the spiritual life is completed. Ditteva dhamme sayang abhinya. In this very life, at this moment, as looking at Satchikatva upasampati virati. After realization, he dwells there. Kina jati. My rebirth is ended. Vusitang brahmacharya, the spiritual journey has been completed. Katang karaniya, what had to be done has been done. Nothing remains there. Na parangithatayati, nothing is furthermore to do in this place. Such a realization he attained. He got Anyatarocha panayasmato kassapo arahantang ahositi. And Venerable Kashyapa become one of the perfect one of the enlightened one. Isn't this beautiful? The single small things about suffering that has been made very well. Ask the question, what is the suffering? And Buddha taught beautifully. It is not the one way you can take. If we take that, it will be, completely blaming. Oh, I have done nothing, I can do more. There is a chances always. This is condition. Change the condition and the suffering will cease. And Buddha taught how to cease the condition. There is eightfold path is a path to cease these conditions, cease this ignorance, get rid of it, so that some suffering will be finished. So may this sutta, Acelakassapa Sutta, be helpful for all of us to realize the Dhamma in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Bhante, the eternal view, the one that there's one item says,
Yeah.
the same person who did the bad karma in the past, and it's exactly the same persons
Mm.
who will experience it in this
Mm.
life. That one meaning, it's exactly the same person, right?
Yes,
So that's
exactly the
why,
same thing. Yes,
yes, that's why it's called eternal, because
it
it's
is.
exactly
Yes.
the same.
So when we call the soul,
Mm.
when the concept of soul is there, when we call the soul, it is said it is undestructible. It does not die, does not born, it does not die. It exists there. It is the one who creates the karma, it is the one who suffers, it is the one who goes forward. Even after the liberation, this soul belongs to some place. That is called eternal life. It is an eternal thing. And it is not true. How can that be true? How can that be eternal? If that is eternal, there is nothing, no meaning of practicing Dhamma, no meaning of liberation. You can start killing anyone because there is no effect of it. You can do all the wrong things because there is no effect of it. But it is not the case.
Mm.
It is conditioned and there is no soul. So these conditions make us suffer. These conditions are there. If we say no, this person is different who made the karma and suffer someone else, that will not, because who did the karma is also, it doesn't matter for him. So Buddha says it is not also that condition. That thing we must understand. It's all happens because of ignorance, and this continuous ignorance creates and we suffer. When there is no ignorance, we don't suffer. Okay.
Many,
Yes,
many,
Cindy?
Bhante. Yeah. It's very deep sutta, Bhante. I have to read it again tonight. Many,
Yeah.
many. Bhante.
Beautiful.
No, Budayante. I'll
Now,
just quickly ask, is there which sutta I should look for to get the reference of that there is no soul, or like, is there any sutta
Anattalakkan
on?
Sutta.
Okay.
Anattalakkan Sutta. It is purely Buddha explain, is there soul or not? If there's soul, then it would be explained to us. We can control it, something like that. So Anattalakkan Sutta is there. There are a couple of suttas about soul, but the best one is Anattalakkan Sutta. I will see the couple of other suttas also, and I will let you know.
Is it permanent soul or just soul?
There is no soul. It is not permanent or non-permanent. It is, if there is no soul, then doesn't matter. If there is a soul, if it is conditioned, it can change. Then there is the idea of soul does not hold its stance. If there is a permanent soul, then is also there is no meaning to escape from suffering. Nothing matters if there is a permanent something. Nothing matters. Then it means you are just the puppet. You make the program and the program is running. That's all. It won't be like this. If their soul is there in permanent something, soul is there, then there is no meaning of free will. Because whatever you do doesn't matter because the soul has decided itself. Hmm? It's not something like this. We will discuss on this subject more and more further, and we will try to enlighten ourselves, yours and me, at the same time. Okay? Okay, that's all for today. Thank you very
Thank
much
you,
for
Bhante.
participating in today's program. Today we gather here, we went to refuge, we meditate, we learn one of the beautiful suttas. In this way, we have collected a lot of good karma. We discuss upon this Dhamma. So we have collected that all good karma, and For the charity, we have practiced generosity at this moment. We have collected all the things. This full Monday, this upcoming couple of days, as soon as I'm going back, I will do that thing. I will share the pictures, and I will share that thing also. Especially, I will send the pictures, so you will see that this thing happened, and you can rejoice. So today, all the merit we collected by donating, by practicing Dhamma, by listening Dhamma, all the merits we share this all merit to all the heavenly beings. May all heavenly beings rejoice in this merit, and they may realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, service. We share this merit with all departed relatives. All the departed relatives rejoice in this merit, and they may become able to escape from the harsh journey of samsara. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. We share this merit with all our teacher, all the monks in the monastery, all the monks in the country, in this world, and all the nuns, we share this merit. And they may all practice the Dhamma well. They may have the assistance of noble friends, and they may realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Share all the merit to all of you, all the participants who practice generosity and charity. We share this merit with all of them also. By the power of this merit, by the power of Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha and deity's protection, with the power of the collected merit, you may all have happy life, healthy life, long life. All the fortune comes your way. You may have the association of noble friend. They may guide you well. They may have the help. You may have the help to all the understanding, and you may realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. As soon as I practice generosity, that one, I will share the pictures with Linda, and you can circulate with that. Okay, like to bless you all. Abhivadana silis nichang vadapachayino chattaro dhamma vadanti ayuvanno sukhang balang ayurarogya sampatti sagga sampatti mevacha ato nibbana sampatti iminate samichatu sukhi dukkha niroga hontu nibbana sapaccha.
Oh, sorry, Bante. Many merit for a beautiful Dhamma session tonight. We would like to share merit with Bante, worship Bante, and ask for forgiveness. Oka sawadhan, Bante.
Yonto
Maya katang punyang samina numoditabang.
saduan modame
Samina katang punyang maihang databang.
modita
Sadhu sadhu anumodami. Oka sadwaratena katang sabbang aceyang kamatami Bante.
kaman kami
Okasa kamami bante, dutiyampi okasa kamami bante, tatiyampi okasa kamami bante. Sa,
nibbana
sa.